Hello Guardians, it is Ebontis here. It is January 31st, Friday. Zur has arrived. He is here in Io. We are in Giant Scar, driving over to his little cave to see what he's got for us in this weekend. This is the weekend before the Empyrean Foundation community effort begins. If you guys haven't heard about that, stay tuned. I'll get a little bit more out later this weekend or possibly on Monday, so stay tuned for that. All I can say, farm your Fractaline from every which place you can. Bounties, activities, all those things. Okay, so probably a tame week this week, I think. Nothing too exciting. You do have your exotic engram, which is your random roll. Basically gives you a chance at some exotic piece of armor or weapon if you don't have it yet. Armor is going to be a kind of a guarantee if you do have all the weapons. And then if you have all the armor as well, it's a random roll either way, which is going to give you a chance at least some high stats. So go for a good stat roll if you've got the shards to spare. Some people ask how I have 10,000 shards. I've been playing this game way too long. It's just time. That's all that is. So let's get into the gear. First thing we've got, surprisingly, is Fighting Lion. I can't think of the last time this was actually sold. It's a cool weapon. If you're grinding out something like the Mountaintop Grenade Launcher, Wendigo for a grenade launcher, it is a primary ammo grenade launcher. Now, that's a rare thing because you'll typically run around with about 19 rockets. Still going to hit reasonably hard the way any of those other breach load ones. It is the single shot style. But it uses kinetic. You've got 19. You're able to fire a lot. Primary ammo is going to pick up and reload this thing. So it's actually pretty useful for certain situations. When you learn the timing of like the fire and then release to detonate as it travels through the air, it actually becomes a pretty functional weapon. You can do quite a bit with this thing. It just takes a little bit of practice. If you don't have the Mountaintop, the Pinnacle weapon, this is definitely one of those to consider using as well. If the mode momentum control comes back, this thing is a nice thing to have around. So if you don't have it, for sure get it. Main perk, delayed gratification. Grenade projectiles bounce off surfaces. Hold the fire button, and then you release it to detonate. So hold it as you fire it whenever it gets out as far as you want, either traveling through air or chilling on the ground. When you release, it will detonate. Other perk is Thin the Herd. Direct hits do more damage to enemy combatant shields. Rapid kills against grenade damaged enemies refill the magazine. So if you do get like a couple rapid kills, you can put something back in there. Kills always drop primary ammo. So you're typically not going to run out of ammo on this thing. It is basically a kinetic breach load grenade launcher that you can use. Not kinetic, I'm sorry. It is a primary ammo breach load grenade launcher, which is basically just a one in and of itself. So it's very unique that you can get. You've got countermass, implosion rounds, and short action stock. So blast radius is actually reasonable for a breach load. Handling is pretty quick to pull this thing out. So all in all, not a bad weapon. If for some reason you haven't come across this yet, buy it. It does have some pretty cool uses, and it's actually not as bad as you think. It just takes some practice to get used to. Alright, for the hunters, we have the Lucky Pants. So you've got illegally modded holster. Precision hits load one round to the chamber of stowed hand cannons. Hand cannons ready faster and are more accurate immediately after swapping to them. Nice thing is, this does have an void affinity build on this one, which means you can actually pair this thing up with hand cannon scavenger mods, and also probably the biggest one, hand cannon dexterity for that ready and stow speed, which is going to pair nicely with the modded holster for even more quicker switching and accuracy when you switch to it. So getting precision kills with other weapons is basically going to give you an extra bit of ammo in your hand cannon. So doesn't sound like it does a lot, and in my head, it doesn't really seem like it's that great of an exotic. You like hand cannons, you want a few more bullets to fire, that's fine. If you're using precision like, you know, scout rifles or fusion, not even fusion, linear fusion or sniper rifles, something that's going to for sure get that, you know, precision hit, it is going to make sure and do that. Even a pulse rifle is probably going to get you a decent amount of precision hits, and then when you switch over to that hand cannon, you're going to have more bullets to use. So if you like hand cannons and you got pair it with something precision, you guys get the idea here. This is working on the head, so you've got scavenger mods, and then you've also got dexterity mods, and they're void, so you've got grenade launchers, hand cannons, snipers, scouts, and sidearms, and then the same thing for down below. So Lucky Pants for the hunters. You enjoy your hand cannons, this might be for you. Maybe not though too. Starfire protocol. Pretty straightforward. Fusion grenades have an additional charge, so you get a bonus, and recharge from empowered weapon damage. Fusion grenade kills grant rift energy, so it's kind of a little bit of synergy here. Fusion grenades kills grant rift energy. Fusion grenades, you have a second one, and those fusion grenades also recharge from empowered weapon damage. Empowered is going to come from your Empowering Rift. So get a Fusion Grenade kill, get some Rift energy back. Put a Rift down, get some more energy back while you do damage with that weapon. And you have a second one, so you're kind of using grenades and energy and these empowered weapons into your Rifts pretty consistently back and forth. So it's a nice little synergy. If you like Fusion Grenades and both using your Rifts for empowering for damage, it's a nice little pairing that you can put together. Again, we've got Void Affinity. This time it is a chess piece, so you're looking at reserves and also unflinching aim for similar pieces, where you've got grenade launchers, hand cannon, scout rifles, sidearms, and snipers. Finally, we've got the Peregrine Greaves, always a fun looking one on the Titans. Just looks like you're about to go into, I don't even know, the future, space, whatever. Peregrine Strike. Shoulder charge abilities, Seismic Strike, Hammer Strike, and Shield Bash deal bonus damage when activated in the air. Now, to my understanding, you can shoulder charge people in PvP in their supers in the air and kill them. The Airborne charge is going to give you a big boost to damage. It's pretty substantial. It's also going to be paired up with Arc Affinity, so your weapon perks are going to be bows, machine guns, pulse rifles, swords, and shotguns. So if you are shoulder charging, your likely use of using swords or shotguns in that close proximity may actually pair reasonably well with these. All in all, this may be more of a PvP thing if you're going for those those shoulder charges mid-air to take out some supers. Trying to counter them that way. I don't see this as being like god tier in PvE, just don't really feel like it's up there. But that is Peregrine Greaves. And that pretty much wraps it up for Xur this week. If you guys missed the Last Word podcast, just got done recording it this morning. We do typically record that on Fridays at about 8 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Eastern on my Twitch channel. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Ebontis. Twitter, I'm on there as well under Ebontis. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like below. Leave a comment if you got questions. Let me know what you guys think as this season is wrapping up. Empyrean Foundation is next week. Farm all the Fractaline that you can, because we're using that as a community effort to donate as much as we can to build this beacon. And then we will see what comes next in the future season. So thank you guys very much. Have an awesome one. Sub to the channel if you haven't yet. More great videos coming to you. Have a good one, and I'll see you soon.